International students this school year may be making less money than they were before. A new federal rule limits them to working 24 hours per week beginning this month. And some advocates say the change is necessary, while others are calling it unfair. Brittany Billette has more.
Working at 40 hours gave me more financial stability, and I don't have that anymore.
This Toronto international student says she's already cut down on expenses to prepare for the new rules around work hours for students.
So I moved in with two of my friends to an apartment which is cheaper, so that I can save up on some rent and also cut down on groceries and eating out.
During the pandemic, the federal government temporarily waived the 20-hour cap on work hours to ease labor shortages. Students jumped at the opportunity to make a bit more money. But with things inching back to normal, in April, the feds announced that it would be reintroducing a work hours cap for international students. Now, they can only work 24 hours per week.
We need to support international students and make sure they're set up for success. And that they're here properly studying.
This economic professor agrees. He thinks students need a bit more help focusing on their studies.
What student is not going to choose money over studying? And so it's just going to make the education at post-secondary level a little weaker. It devalues the education a little bit.
Some students who are used to working under the previous cap are welcoming the move as well.
People say that they can't manage, they all want to work, not focus on the studies. That's not fair. They should focus on their studies too.
According to the federal government, every year international students contribute tens of billions of dollars into the Canadian economy. But advocates say the new rules and restrictions are both unwelcoming and unfair.
Not every student can afford to go to school without that extra income. In any structure, you have to have an equity framework.
This return to a work hours cap is being introduced on top of new requirements mandated by the federal government, like doubling how much money students need to have before coming here and a new cap on how many applications the government would accept.
I feel like it's pretty volatile here, and you can't really trust what's going to happen next because the rules keep changing every month.
And for those like Fateh Fakir, the new work hour cap will just make life as a student in an era of inflation that much harder.
I feel like if I have that financial support, then I'm able to study better because I'm not stressing about how I'm going to pay the rent or how am I going to survive, get food tomorrow.
Like many others living in Canada, she says she'll just have to make do as best as she can.